Oxygen is life. It is the invisible fuel that powers the human machine. We draw in air, and our lungs extract this vital element. Carried by blood, oxygen reaches every cell, muscle, and mind. Cellular respiration unlocks energy from the food we eat. Without oxygen, the process halts. The lights go out. The brain, our hungriest organ, fails first. Consciousness fades quickly. Earth alone blankets us in a breathable mix, roughly 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 1% other gases. At about 14.7 psi, our lungs absorb oxygen efficiently without crushing us. Temperatures permit liquid water, stabilizing climate and life. Beyond Earth, extremes dominate: composition, pressure, temperature. Cut off from oxygen, humans black out in about 15 seconds, with death in minutes. Mercury clings to a wisp of exosphere, functionally a vacuum. Atoms are blasted from rock by solar wind and micrometeoroids. Day soars to 430 degrees, 800 degrees. Night plunges to 180 degrees, 290 degrees. In near vacuum, you cannot breathe. Exhaled gases erupt. Holding your breath risks lung rupture. Loss of consciousness: 1 or 15 seconds. Death: roughly 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Hypoxia and depressurization. At very low pressure, body fluids can boil. Embolism, compounding trauma. Intense radiation strikes an unshielded surface. Survival would demand thick shielding, pressurization, and thermal control, likely underground in shadowed polar craters with ice for water and oxygen via electrolysis. Mercury is a world of fire and ice, with no room for unprotected life. Earth's sister in size, yet a runaway greenhouse nightmare. Dense air, mostly carbon dioxide. Surface pressure exceeds 90 atmospheres, like being nearly a kilometer under the ocean. Crushing pressure is instantly fatal. The air is scalding and toxic. Clouds contain sulfuric acid. Rain evaporates before the furnace-hot ground. Surface temperature averages -462 degrees, hot enough to melt metals. Exposure leads to near-instant loss of consciousness and death. Mechanical trauma and heat, not classic hypoxia. At a 50-kilometer altitude, pressure and temperature resemble Earth's, suggesting buoyant, acid-resistant cloud habitats as the only plausible option. Breathable air is lighter than CO2, so airships could float if they withstand acid and storms. On the ground, Venus remains the most hostile planetary surface in the solar system. Mars looks familiar, but its air is perilously thin. Surface pressure is 0.06 bar, near vacuum by human standards. Mostly carbon dioxide, not breathable. Low pressure can boil exposed fluids. Embolism, damaging tissues. Loss of consciousness, 15-20 seconds. Without rapid repressurization and oxygen, death follows in 1 to 3 minutes. Cold dominates. Average, 63-degree racks. Brief daytime peaks near +20 degrees Celsius. Nights plunge far below freezing. Thin air and no global magnetic field mean elevated solar and cosmic radiation. Technology can help. Pressurized, warm habitats shielded with regolith. Polar and subsurface ice can yield water, oxygen, and rocket fuel through electrolysis. Suits provide a personal bubble of Earth. Terraforming remains a distant dream. Jupiter lacks a solid surface, only endless atmosphere. Its air is hydrogen and helium, utterly unbreathable. Even at Earth-like pressure levels in the clouds, there's no oxygen to inhale. Consciousness, 15 to 20 seconds. Death in minutes. Hypoxia. Deeper down, pressure and temperature skyrocket. Hydrogen compresses to liquid, then to conductive metallic hydrogen powering colossal radiation belts. Winds, heat, and pressure would shred, vaporize, and crush any craft. A buoyant habitat at 1 bar is speculative and storm-tossed, no stable foothold. Jupiter is to be studied from afar, a beautiful, deadly giant. Saturn's rings dazzle, but like Jupiter, it has no solid ground. Hydrogen-helium atmosphere. Equatorial winds can exceed 1,800 km/h. Air is unbreathable and frigid. Consciousness, 15 to 20 seconds. Death in minutes from asphyxia. Descending means rising heat, pressure, and violent shear. Deeper layers include liquid and metallic hydrogen over a hot core. Only a precisely buoyant, self-sufficient habitat could linger. Purely theoretical. Even orbits here are complex and debris-filled. Saturn's beauty hides a world no human can endure. Far from the sun lie the ice giants, Uranus and Neptune. Methane absorbs red light. Uranus glows cyan. Neptune deep blue. They contain more water, ammonia, and methane ices than gas giants. Upper atmospheres are cryogenic. Consciousness, 15-20 seconds. Death in minutes. Hypoxia and hypothermia. Neptune hosts the fastest winds in the solar system. Beneath the clouds, hot, high-pressure oceans of supercritical fluids over small, rocky cores. Pressures soar hundreds of thousands of atmospheres. Temperatures reach thousands of degrees. Only a theoretical buoyant habitat could persist, and it would battle cold and ferocious winds. Beautiful, mysterious, profoundly alien, and inhospitable to unprotected life. From Mercury's vacuum to Neptune's gales, every world proves swiftly lethal. Earth alone offers breathable air, humane pressure, liquid water, and a shielding magnetic field. We can bring bubbles of Earth, suits, habitats, life support, but none rival our planet's effortless biosphere. The fragility of human life beyond Earth clarifies a simple truth. Protect this oasis, and so is amazing.